I made a part 1, but I don't know what happened to part 1. I was able to publish part 2. So we're going to go back to part 1. We've got our head on our little 300 here, and then it come time to adjust the valves. And I referred to the book, watched the YouTube things, and nothing explained it really good. So I'm gonna make this video to see if I can not be so long-winded, but kind of explain what the book is referring to, because you read all this stuff and you get overwhelmed and it's kind of tough. But anyway, we're gonna first start in the book. As you can see, it says 240 and 300. It goes down there and tells you how to get it on top dead center and all that stuff. We're not really concerned about that. What we're concerned about is we're going to start right here where it says scribe 2 marks, blah, 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 1/3 on the harmonic box. So we're going to cover that part because Ford and these engineers decided not to put it on the harmonic box for you. Well, how do you get it there? How do you know where to put it at to adjust the valve? So we're going to go over that. Okay. What it says, with the engine on top dead center on the compression stroke, A mark aligned with the pointer. Now, what that means is on every harmonic balancer, it's got a notch right there. You can see where I've marked it, and I put a line right there. If you come all the way up here, it says TDC, top dead center, all the way down through there. Okay? So you know that you're there. That's your A mark. Always remember, that's the A mark. Now, you've also got a B and C mark that you got to put on that thing. You go, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's the reason I'm doing this. Back off of the rocker arm. Now, we're going to go through that. Back off of the rocker arm adjuster nut until there is end play in the push rod. Now, I've already adjusted number 1. Okay, I've already adjusted the number 1 here, so I'm not going to really fool with that one. But what it means is you see how this, you can come over here, you can see it better. You can actually, because I've got the cover off, you can actually see that push rod moving up and down. So if we take the slack out of that thing, hit the camera. You just basically adjust it all the way down to where you don't feel, you can just barely feel a little slack right there. That's all you're going to do. Just a little slack. You can feel a little up and down movement. All right. Then it says tighten the adjuster nut until all clearance is removed. Now, once you tighten that down to where you don't feel any clearance, and of course I'm on number 2. I'm not on the right one just yet, but I'm just doing this as a demonstration. Tighten it down to where you don't feel any slack in that push rod right there. It don't move, but it's able to still be twisted, turned around. Okay, now, then it says turn it 1 full additional turn. Now, I'm not going to turn this one because I'm not on the right marks, but all you do is you start back here at the back side of your spring and go all the way around. Now, some guys say go 3/4 of a round. Well, that's pretty easy. All you do is start from here and go all the way around to right here, not a whole complete turn. So that's all there is. It's just like a round circle. You just turn it and you'll be good. You'll be fine. 3/4 of a turn, 1 turn. I'm turning these 1 turn. It may be too much. I can go back and adjust them a little bit, fine tune it. They on these right here, these are adjustable. On a lot of the newer models, they have a little block right here, which is a positive stop. Then all you do is torque that nut down to a certain 12 to 14 foot-pounds of torque, and that's it. These are adjustable. This is the older style. This is a 75, 76 model motor. Then, okay, it goes on to tell you, after you turn that thing all the way around, it says to determine when all clearances is removed from the rocker arm, turn the push rod with the finger. Just like I just showed you, you can turn it. All right. It says when the push rod can no longer be turned. All clearances have been removed. Now, I haven't turned this one all the way, the full complete turn to set the preload on the spring in there. But what they're meaning by that part of it is if you're going to take all the oil out of this thing and go all the way down, which there's about 100 to 120 thousandths of clearance in that. If you go all the way down to push all the oil out of it for the servicing of it, that's what they're meaning there. Don't turn that thing down to where you can't turn that push rod. Because like this one right here, we're on the top dead center there. This one's already been adjusted. You can still turn it. Otherwise, all you're doing is taking the preload out. Otherwise, you're bottomed out just like a solid lifter. Don't do that. You'll bend some stuff and break some stuff. Don't do that. Okay, now let's go on to the other part of it. It says repeat the process for each valve, turning the crankshaft 1/3 to the next mark, or A and B marks, or A, B, and C mark, and follow the firing order on adjusting these rocker arms. Now, as you can see right here in this diagram, that's our A mark, that's top dead center. Okay, then you got a B mark and a C mark. Well, if you look down here on the harmonic balancer, it clearly shows, here's your A mark, top dead center, but there's no B and there's no C. Well, how do I get those marks on that harmonic balancer? And it's easy on the little 2300s that I used to race. This is a real what we do all the time. But what I did to get these marks on here is you can take a tire tape, a real flimsy tire tape, and go from here all the way around this thing back to here and measure it. If you did that on this one, it measures roughly 21 degrees. You say, well, what if I don't have a tire tape? What do I do? All you do is go get you some regular tape. Start here, go all the way around to where it meets back up and cut it. Pull it off. And then what you're going to find you a flat area. And then all you do is simply measure it. If you measure this, it measures 21 inches on mine. Now, do not take my measurements and go put them on your harmonic balancer. It may not be the same. Make your own marks, do your own measure. Just so happen on this one, it's 21. Well, everybody knows if you take it from 1/3 of 21 is 7. So, on mine, what I did was I knew this was 7. I found me a little scribe. All this is a little index. If you push it in, it clicks. You can buy them at Home Depot, Tractor Supply, tool trucks. What it does is it's a drill index. All you do is, like, if you want to put it right here and start a hole right there, you just punch it and you know where to start the bit at. But that's all it's for. Or you can get a pencil. It works just fine. Then all I did was take a long sheet of paper. Matter of fact, my son, I think got this from Walmart. If you have a Walmart employee, they can get you this stuff.
Hashtag not sponsored.
And all I did was went from one end to here and made it 7 inches. If you take this line and go from that mark, which is on there that I made, and fold it over. If you go from top dead center of that mark, right, or you had your tape over, you can see that's 7 inches. And all I did was took this little punch and punched that mark. Just like that. And then marked it with a little bit of white. You can use white out, whatever. Alright. Then go exactly over here and do the exact same thing. There's another mark over here. Okay? I'll turn the crank so you can see it. This is your B. Okay? In other words, before top dead center, or here's your top dead center mark. If you're going before, that's B mark. I'm going to show you your C mark, which I've already got marked. And this is possibly done a lot easier with the harmonic boxer off. Okay, right there you can see that that's your C mark, okay? This is C. So if you do the same thing and go from there all the way over here, you can see that line's right dead up, okay? With over here, that's your top dead center mark, okay? That's how I got that mark. Now, you go, well, how do I know if that's correct? Okay, if A and C is 7, and A and B is 7, all you got to do is turn this thing all the way around to where you can see C and B. Line it up. And if you come up over here, you can see that it's right dead on there and over here. You can see your marks. This is C, this is B. So therefore, you know that you got that mark. Now you can also do this with a degree wheel. I had a degree wheel years ago. I sold all the racing stuff. Not everybody's got a degree wheel. This is the redneck way to do this. Very easy. Just find the total of your harmonic balancer. Don't use my marks. Find your marks on, and you can do this with any kind of harmonic balancer. Find extra marks and all. Just line it up with a piece of paper. It's easy, and that tape. That's all you do. Now, once you got that distinguished of where A, B, and C is, the valves adjustment becomes easy. We go back to top dead center. I highly recommend you doing that before you even think about trying to put the head on. It'll make it much easier for you. Because you're going to have to do it even after the head is on. Quick, you know, you won't have to guess so much on it. I lost my page on this thing. Okay. Now, once we've got this determined, once we got this part determined, okay, it tells you right here to start that. You can see step 1, you adjust piston number 1. Step 2, then you go to number 5. Step 3, remember, every step you've got to move it from your A mark to your B mark, or from your B mark to your C mark. Each one of them. When you're on your A mark, you can do step 1, then move it to your B mark. Step 2, move it to your C mark. Step 3. Then you go back up to step 4, back to your A. Step 5, back to your B. C. Step 6. Once you do all that stuff, you're going to be fine with your fine-tune adjustments with it on the motor stand. Once you crank the engine up, if you have any fine-tune adjustments to do after that, you can do them then. What I'm going to do is, after I get all these adjusted, I'm going to stop this hole up right here with a gauge. I'm going to have oil in here, and I'm going to spin that oil pump. That way it pumps oil all the way back up through these lifters and then the push rods. That way I don't start it dry. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, you can call me 678-725-9953. That number again is 678-725-9953. Hopefully this clears up. Now, this is part 1. There's also a part 2 to this video right here of how to adjust those valves on the 300. Hopefully this clears up a little bit on people reading these books and not being able to understand them. And, well, where's the B mark and where's the C mark? You're going to have to make it yourself, or find you a degree wheel or some kind of
redneck way.
Yeah, redneck way. That's the way I do it. But anyway, hopefully that helps. Like I said, if you have any questions, give me a call.